Good morning. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. My name is Prophet C. Brazil. The title of this recording is taken from St. Matthew's chapter 24, Holy Bible. Uh, Still, of the words of Jesus Christ. Uh, in this chapter. Now, concerning this matter, the reason I said the words of Jesus Christ is because there were some things that Jesus spoke before he had gone to the cross concerning the revelations after he had went back to his fathers in heaven, spoken of in the prophecy of Daniel. Let me read this part to you. This is after the disciples and Jesus had talked one with the other one after Jesus had went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came with him, and they to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See you not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. This was the part of Jesus was speaking to them concerning his return, because this is what this and because it tells us in verse 3, it says, And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. I'm stopping that right there, that part there. Now, but these were some of the telltale signs that Jesus spoke concerning his return. And we see these things is taking place and upon us today. Chapter Matthew's 24:15, verse 15 reads, When you therefore shall see the abominations of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy places. Whosoever readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, not ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect. Say, those days shall be shortened. Okay. Sometimes when you look at the world today, you see something. There's a fundamental have changed within the environmental pattern upon which we live today. Something we can clearly say something is wrong with the earth. The days, even though the numbers of lives is counted and numbered, but we can clearly see each day is shorter than it usually be. You know, you could tell when you just go and you lay down and go to sleep and you wake up, and then you work all day and time is long. It look like the day is never going to end, and the night is never going to end. We have came far from that. Today just seemed like a flash of light. Night seemed like just shadow of darkness before our eyes, and just soon pass away. Now, what God gave us, what Jesus gave us was a formula, and that formula will take us to Daniel. However, I've in this recording, I decided I'll take this part through the entire page, to the entire chapter of Daniel, to show how each one matched with the other. I will begin at Daniel chapter 4. What Daniel chapter 4 does, it tells us, when you dissect this chapter, it tells us a nation of superpowers had gotten into trouble. And when they had gotten into trouble, they was forced to invade the Holy Land where God gave to Abraham because of a necessity in that land. In other words, in order to sustain their economic output, they had to do something unusual, and what it did, their addiction caused them to invade the land that God gave to Abraham. And done so, they had to try to change the mindset of the people there who held their integrity towards God, who had the law that God gave to Moses. That's what it's all about. This was the covenant God had made with Abraham, and when he made it with the children of Israel, this was the law that he gave to the children of Israel and whole read, all 12 tribes of them. Now, what I want to also bring out, if you notice the pattern, Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. He was the main focus point of Bible prophecy, even though he had other sons after his wife Sarah passed on. But these was two focus. But he didn't talk about the daughters of these tribes. But Isaac was the one was given the birthright of. He was the one given the genealogy of Abraham. Then Isaac had two sons also by his wife, Rebekah, who bare him Esau and Jacob. Jacob became the heritage of his father's legacy. So God allowed Jacob to have 12 sons and one daughter. This was to let us know that who God had chosen for the prophecy. He gave the prophecy of the legacy of the father to the sons only. The daughter of Jacob was not counted as numbered as a tribe. In other words, she didn't have a tribe because she was a female. It was no 13 tribes. And this is where we get crossed up in Bible prophecy today. Because we try that the peoples that is not of the covenant, they say that the woman should be made equal to the man. God made a difference in the woman and the man because the woman had a responsibility and the man also had a responsibility. Neither substituted for the other according to what their purpose here on earth and according to the rules and regulations that God set forth for them to play during their voyage here on earth. Now, this is something that I hear daily by the Gentiles when they try to get the Hebrew today to join a democratized system. They always bring it up, say you need to let the women do this and you let the women do that. But in this meantime, they're saying this not because they are so care about the women's rights. They just want to create something to cause a confusion, divide the home to make it look As if the women's had a democratized system, they could be made equal with the man. But this would be abomination to God to